The damage and destruction the Israeli military aggression caused to the people of the Gaza Strip is difficult to describe in words, killing hundreds of Palestinians, including women and children, injuring thousands, and demolishing more than 2,000 housing units, leaving tens of thousands of people displaced without a roof over their heads. In order to highlight all that, I have with me journalist Rami Amigari from the Gaza Strip. Welcome to our program, Ms. Rami.
Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to you, Osama.
Okay, we all see the destruction and the size of damage caused by the Israeli aggression on our people in the Gaza Strip. After the ceasefire, may you tell us how the situation is today?
The situation today is similar to situations after Israelis attacked Gaza. Gaza has been experiencing Palestinians recover every Israeli attack, try to recover and heal out of the wound that Israel leaves on them. Now, for the time being, they are trying to rejoice with their life, with their daily life. Everyone is engaged in rejoicing with their life. First thing that the Palestinians did after the attacks was the resumption of their Eid that was interrupted by Israeli warplane following the holy month of Ramadan.
Yes, Rami. We know that all the people were suffering and are still suffering. But let me talk about you as a person, as a journalist, and you were covering the situation on the ground. How dangerous was it for you as a journalist to cover the Israeli aggression on our people in Gaza? Especially we know that Israel targeted the media outlets in Gaza and demolished their offices in order to carry out its massacre without being exposed to the world. Tell me about that aspect of your work.
I believe for every journalist, it is a very big responsibility on their shoulder, on every journalist's shoulder. We as journalists have been working in normal times in the past before this attack broke out against the Gaza. So I think it's a matter of obligation, matter of responsibility that a journalist should take outright when there is some kind of a large-scale attack. This does not mean that a journalist needs to risk life or her life for covering news, but he needs or she needs to take every precautionary measure, every safety measure in order to protect himself, wearing a shield, wearing a helmet, being in places away from intensified Israeli attacks, for example, in those north and eastern parts of Gaza, where Israeli attacks were intensified on different parts of those regions of the Gaza.
Yes, Sami, and a follow-up question. Israel did not allow any foreign journalists to get into Gaza to cover what was happening there. Do you think that such restrictions affected the reflection and the reporting of the aggression and its repercussions to the world, or the Palestinian journalists there were able to do that task by themselves?
This is a good question, but I want to tell you that Palestinian journalists in Gaza are being eligible and capable of getting the story outside by means of their own profession, own experience throughout the past wars. And I want to give you an example of mine. RT, for example, invited the Russia Today TV English service, invited me to reporting. They invited someone like Barry, who is very experienced in reporting, not saying things out of my proud of myself. I'm putting them in perspective. they invited me, they called me to cover live lives reports during the latest attack, because they understand that there are some journalists who are capable of doing the story or doing the job on behalf of international, who have not been able to come to the territory.
Yeah, it's clear the international interaction and how the people around the world protested the Israeli massacre against our people reflects the fact that the people, the journalists, the people with the social media were doing a great job and showing the reality of the Palestinian situation. But my final question to you is concerning the humanitarian aid that coming from Egypt and from international organizations, UNRWA and other United Nations organizations. To what extent do you think such aid help the people in Gaza now to reel from their suffering and get back to life as normal?
The most urgent help that the people of Gaza need for the time being is the help by the international community to facilitate entry of reconstruction of construction material to the territory, fuel and other important items in order for these people who had their houses damaged can repair the damages of their home and they rejoice with their lives before the latest Israeli attack. The most important kind of help Palestinians are looking forward for the time being. Other kind of assistance is reported to have come from the Egyptian side. Egypt has been shipping hundreds of truckloads of items, of assistance items, including foods, clothes, and some devices, electrical devices to the territory. We're not sure yet how many of these items have entered the territory.
Yes, Rami. We hope that the wound of Gaza would heal, Gaza would be rebuilt, and people would be back to life as normal as before. Palestinian journalist from the Gaza Strip, Rami Mighari, thank you very much. And thank you very much for watching, and from me, Osama Nazal. Goodbye.